Hello, welcome back. Plain oxygen not included. Looking at my glass that's been produced here, 6.6 degrees. That's not too bad. I can load that in a rocket safely. Let's see, we need more aluminum to build a trailblazer. How much? Contents currently is 110. So about 2 pieces maybe will do. Now let's go inside this rocket and tell the dupes not only do I want sand, but give me, it should be enough sand for now, but give me 2,000 or 2 tons worth of manufactured material glass. I'm going to kick the sand out, otherwise the dupes think it's full. Trailblazer has just been created. Let's go in and check to see if I now have my sand. I do. I've got some polluted water, 17 kilograms there, 166 there. So let's destroy this. I think the last thing I need right now, or last thing I need is food. So let's put in a ration box. How are we doing with calories in the main base? 42,000. 9,000 calories of barbecue meat, so I think we can put in some of that. See if there's any extra critters to convert to meat. There's not. That's all right. Operator's just destroying the manual generator. We're gonna swap that off for a ration box. And they're on break. Oh, great. So in this ration box, let's store 1 kilogram of not meat, but barbecued meat. Barbecue, get the dupes to put that in. I'll need to put that in high priority because it's currently in the fridge at priority 6, so I need some higher than that. While the dupes are loading that, I'll choose my crew, so we're going to change crew. It's no longer going to be explorer. Scientist is going to be the pilot. Miner will be the passenger. Let's go in here and look. I now have 4 kilograms, or 1,000 calories. That's enough for a meal on the way, and they'll have food when they get there. We are now ready. I assume we are. Let's just save this. Call this back up. Save second rocket. And scientist and miner are going to actually land on the other asteroid. So I'll crew this rocket. I'm going to change location. Now there's no platform there right now, but that will be built pretty soon when miner lands in the Trailblazer. We can begin the launch sequence once everyone is on board, and there we go. The dupes are on their way. That is going to take 0.4 cycles to get there, and then the Trailblazer will land. It's now 20 seconds since this rocket is going to arrive on the perimeter of Soggista. So there we are. I'm going to get Miner to land. One thing I'm going to check to see is what their schedule is looking like. I'd say they've got enough time to build this rocket platform before they land. So let's send them down. Oh, they're both suffering with a little bit of minor radiation sickness. I guess that's because inside the rocket itself, it's not, it's barely safe. In sections, especially where they're piloting or using the washroom. Okay, so let's select the dupe. That's going to be Miner. They're going to be the one to land. Going to choose a location close to the door. Let's go with right there. Scientist is just going to stay in the area until that platform is built. So let's go to Soggista. We'll watch Miner land. I'm going to make the platform the highest priority. So the material has already been delivered by the robot. Miner. Oh, yeah. Your priorities is to do mining. I'll have to change that temporarily. Miner, you want to build like crazy. Alright, so there they are, realizing that building is one of their higher objectives now. Let's get this thing built so scientists can land. I don't know if they'll do it in a single thing or they'll have to go back and get some oxygen, but we'll see. I don't find any oxygen, but there's certainly tons and tons of polluted oxygen. Yeah, you're going to get yucky lungs, but it's better than running out of anything to breathe. Suffocating. Oh, I thought that was worried that was scientist. Would be not good if it was. So operator, I can fix that situation for you. Rocket platform exists, so let's get scientists to land. I'm going to change their location to be on this asteroid. And we'll watch for the very first time a rocket land on this asteroid. Don't need the Trailblazer module anymore. We can get rid of that. My dupes can start to work on the inside of this asteroid. Let's do some wiping up of some of these places. I'd like to have a place to sleep. That's going to be a barracks. That'll be right here. Yes, it is not very hospitable. I will completely agree with you, dupes. But we will make this a nice and comfortable base in time. Let's say maybe I should kind of make the priority the barracks. No one wants to sleep in a wet spot, so let's mop up a little bit, shall we? Didn't take too long to get a mess hall, which will be upgraded to a great hall, and a barracks. Gonna get the washroom in place. So just gotta pump clean water in, and I got a place to store polluted water. Next priority after that is food. I have a cache of food available, but I definitely want to grow my own. I'll need hydroponic farms for that. Robot wasn't able to build those, but it did build the polluted water pump, which is the input to that, so that's nice. Now I have a great hall, running washroom. Now it's time to do food, so I need some hydroponic plants. Get that out of cobalt. So I'm not sure how many I'll need. Keep these dupes fed. But basically, they're going to be eating for 4 regular dupes. Alright, so the piping already exists. Put in the bog bucket seed. There's so many of these, so I'll need to produce seeds or find more. That will make it so that the dupes aren't able to eat while they're here. There's one here, but I want to keep this one available for a farm, or not farm, nature reserve. Before I forget, I'll get a little bit of morale bonus. And it's a park at the moment, but we'll need to get a 4th planet at some point. It's really growing these bogweeds, which is the current priority. After that, I want to clean up the air. Also want to deal with the intense amount of cold. I think the dupes will be uncomfortable. Let's deal with that first after the food situation, and then we'll clean the air. So I want to create insulation between this area here and the rest of the base. I decided I could either do insulation, but I have space available, and there is no better insulation than this space, so I'm going to dig out all around here. This whole area will leak up in space, become a vacuum, and protect this coldness from affecting the rest of the base. So this area here will still affect it, but at least all this ice that is piled up, minus 42 degrees right here. And we don't want our dupes freezing just because that's sitting on top of the base. A little bit of extra vacuum area that's going to help create a vacuum. That's good news. If I see some polluted dirt here, that might be emitting some polluted oxygen, keeping that from becoming a proper vacuum. So what we say, I'll store that at this location. Back in the home world, I see lettuce growing, or water weed. Now that has already been harvested. I've got about almost 20,000 calories of lettuce so far, and a little bit more. This is 91%, so there's more on the way. That's helping quite a bit. and that's being stored here in the fridge. Just installing some deodorizers to deal with all the polluted oxygen. Spacing them out. Just going to put them on this side the whole way up. Of course, this is going to be, they're all going to need to be connected to power. Do that in a moment. So this is why I brought sand with me. Lots and lots of sand. Because I knew there's going to be lots of polluted oxygen that needed to be filtered. So each of these will be connected to power. Speaking of power, well, maybe I'll wait for this to be put in first. But actually dealing with the power situation would be handy because we have glass. Glass is also one of the materials I brought over. But we have those power slugs as well, so can't remember if they have a spot at the top or bottom. I'll wait for this even connect that maybe then, just to verify that. And now I'll make some solar panels. I plan to do that right away. Okay, so last night, watch these guys. Power connection is at the bottom, so we'll do that. Open some of these doors that don't need to be shut because there's no light bugs, or shine bugs I should say. Keep that door closed though. This one can be opened. And so can that. And this as well. We might as well harvest wild plants if they're in the area. I see another one here. And this is actually a park so far. So if I tap into this, not only do I have another wild plant that I can access, I'll be creating a nature reserve at the same time. So give a ladder access up here. Looks like it's not going to be harvest ready anytime soon, but when it does, a little bit of extra food. Oh no! Plant is not happy, it's too cold. That means that that's not actually, it's a mess hall right now. Alright, so yeah, this protects it from getting any colder, but it already took on quite a bit of coolness. What to do? Do I have ability? I don't think this is going to qualify for the decoration value I need. I'll see. So I need a decoration item. Maybe that doesn't involve a plant. Do I have anything to put on a pedestal? Will that sort of trick things? Let's experiment. I see a pug slug egg. That's an opportunity to put it inside this rocket. So won't we do that now? I just need the one. Critter egg, slug egg, do that high priority. And when you do that, might as well disable this building rather than use the washroom that they have available. But I'll watch this because I don't want the egg to stay in here when the dupe has put it in. So if someone's going to bring that egg up, see it's still sitting here. Miner's just doing their thing. Might change their priority. Since miner is alone, it used to be that they would specialize in building and digging only. But now they might need to be a little bit more versatile, given the fact that it's just the two of them here. Okay, so the egg is going in. Gotta look inside this here. Perfect, so they're gonna put it inside the bin. I will then empty the bin. The egg is there. Where is it in terms of incubation? It's already at 80%. So they'll probably hatch and grow inside that, but that means I can bring it back to the other world and I can get Rancher to look at it. That's going to work towards one of my achievements, but also I might want some pug slugs in the home world. So, okay, so I've got polluted oxygen being converted to normal oxygen. Make it a little bit more breathable in this space. They dug out this area, they've started to. I want to get some solar panels online. Start with 2. So that's going to connect in here. So this is just going to reduce the amount of time that the dupes need to spend on the manual generator, because I'd like to have them spend more time exploring this asteroid, getting some resources, put it inside my rocket, rather than just trying to stay alive or keep the lights on. Speaking of what I want to get, I see a buddy seed. Given the fact that my dupes are more sensitive to stress than normal game, that'd be very helpful. Thimbleweed seed, absolutely want to have that. That's not something that's available to me now. In fact, I might as well start growing that now. Why not? Where to put that? Oh, just right there. In here. That's going to have polluted water going into them. I'll wait for this solar panel to be built, but I'll build a connection over here to get access to that. What else do we have? Yeah, algae. That is going to be very helpful, so I don't want to rely anymore on polluted water. I'll rely on algae. Put that inside this rocket. That's awesome. Clay, definitely could use that. Can turn that into ceramic. That's a good insulator. I need gold amalgam. There it is. I'm definitely going to want to have that. So that gives me a plus 50% or 50 degrees of overheat temperatures in the machine. That's very important stuff. I was going to say the pedestal did the trick. It's now a Great Hall, but I realize the plan is back. Maybe it's, I can't tell. What decoration value does it say here? Age status, seed. Well, you know what? I can tell by this decor. So this is giving me a decor value plus 15. Well, it says plus 15, so I think that would do the trick. And I don't even have anything on it. I could just put a random piece of something that may even increase the decor. The nice thing about that is I don't have to worry about overheat temperatures. So what are the things that you can... I don't want to put food. I assume the food's still going to go bad. Why would you put polluted dirt? Something that'll... It's going to go... Oh, cobalt ore. Why not? Just a little piece of that. It's one of the main things that I'm on the search for in this asteroid, so it kind of seems appropriate. Hydrogen level has finally risen, allowing oxygen to go around here. So the farmer has a tiny bit of oxygen just before I go into the outer space area. If I want to do construction there, I might even turn some aluminum production of a power control station back on. I need to create another piece to make that happen. Just remember the dupes are going to be going up and down this ladder a lot, so I'm just putting a little bit of protection from the radiation right now. It is barely safe. We want it to be at least safe when they're on the ladder itself. With all the morale benefits, I think I can give out a little bit more skills. So miner, you're going to have super hard digging. Actually, I may even get away with super duper hard digging. Scientist. Wouldn't mind if you actually learned astronomy again. We could build a unit to look at the stars. Cutting out some algae. I want to use that for oxygen production within the base. It's getting a little thin here. That would definitely help quite a bit if we had some algae. I've got 2 oxygen diffusers, one at the top and the bottom of the base. Now I have 3 solar panels that's providing a good amount of power. Let's now build a door into this area so I can start exploring some of the resources and plants that are over here. So I built a little bridge and a ladders to get over to this area. Let's double check to see if that has any slime lung in it. It doesn't. So we're going to get rid of that. It's just dry with this area so dupes aren't getting their feet wet. I don't really need need to mop there. It's pointless. I'm getting a little bit stressed. So let's start off anyways planting some of this new thimbleweed seeds. One here, one down here. Just verify if I have access to carpets. If I don't, I'll definitely want to research that. I do. Excellent, because that's going to give me a bonus to stress relief if the dupes are staining on it. Another way to alleviate dupe stress is smelling the flowers, and a buddy seed can do that, so let's plant that there. I believe that's going to need at least 20-degree temperature. It's a little bit cooler, 17 up here, but this water is 23 degrees, so let's build it next to that. That's going to add a little bit of a stress relief each cycle for the dupes. So good news and bad news. Good news is the dupes have smelt the flowers. That's given them a minus 5% per cycle to stress. But the thimbleweed seed is not growing here. It needs 22 degrees, and it's just about 20 degrees. Let's see, I could... I don't think the dupes will mind if I grow stuff within the washroom, or barracks. Let's try that. If I can get that close to the 25 degrees that's there, that may just be enough. Otherwise, I'll have to look for another spot around the base. So finally, got some thimbleweed seed growing. So that's going to be very useful. Just going to keep the area dry as possible. I think I am going to need... Stress is building up pretty bad. Massage table. Do that here. Pedestal in the area. Of course, going to need some power. Just thinking to myself, where's all this polluted water coming from? I see some polluted ice right here. That would be the culprit. So let's block that in so that doesn't happen anymore. Do that at high priority. So Miner is enjoying the new massage table. Be more effective if you finish the room first. As a scientist, it's all up to you now. You block off this polluted ice. Great room, so that Miner has more effect and stress relief at the moment. You can specify the... Now don't trap yourself over here. Would not make me happy. Please move over here when you're building all this. There we go. Yep, these dupes are not happy. Let's see, thimbleweed seed doesn't take a lot of time to grow, which is nice. Let's get some solar panels. I mean, it says no power consumers, well, I guess one's currently the massage table. Does that mean no one will go to it? I'm not entirely sure. Though the battery should be charged. Hold on, I don't understand. Okay, that would explain it. There, now we get power. Miner's on that generator. Let's verify that this is in fact a massage clinic. It is. Excellent. Let's give it a bonus to anyone that's at the massage table, which is very helpful right now. Just waiting for this to grow so I can make some carpeting, adding to more stress relief. Thimbleweed seed is being harvested for the very first time. I'm very excited about this. This is giving me access to carpet. Let's see, where is that? Oh, there it is. I can create a single piece, so I need to decide. I can either put it underneath this or one of the two beds. Who's the most stressed out at the moment? That'd be scientist. Who's scientist's bed? That's the first one. Let's put that right there, and then miner will get the very next one. And when they're sleeping, I'll show you why I do this. Excellent. Miners like, how come I didn't get some carpet? You will in time, don't worry, trust me. Just waiting for thimbleweed seed to grow, or plants. So what do I want to do now? I think it's time to build a mini pod. Put that right here. It's going to give access to light. It's a free light source for some activities. Let's see, let's dig out some phosphate. I'm probably going to want to bring that back to the home world with me. I need to start digging out some of these other spots. Gold amalgam. Anywhere there is metal ore, I'll turn that to a tile so I get the metal ore itself back. So all that will be going in the rocket with me back to the home world. So the dupes there will definitely find a good use for it. I don't know if I read that wrong or not earlier, but or whether miner and scientist changed cots, maybe like they do that every now and then for fun. But yeah, so stress is all right now, but very much would love to have one more of these thimbleweed seeds. Oh, speaking of which, here we go. I just need a dupe to harvest it. Put that as high level or level 6. So hopefully not too long. There we go, scientist. Now set it up, set both dupes on carpet where they sleep, maintaining their sanity on this little asteroid. So here's miner sleeping in the carpet area. That's giving them tickled toesies, which if I look at the stress, gives them minus 15%. While they're on it in a very short period after they leave, but since they're going to be stuck in the cot for 3 hours, this is a really good point to get an extra 3 or minus 15% stress, at least during this period. Hopefully that will maintain itself. If not, I'll add some more locations, like when they're using the washroom and eating, and if they are visiting this machine, it would also be very helpful to have carpet in there as well. So I'm building an enclosed telescope over here for scientists to be able to use. That has some power, and that'll have an oxygen line going in. Going to do a little bit of filtering. Actually, I'll select that now. It's going to be oxygen line going in. And that'll be, and I even have an automation here. It'll set up a cycle sensor to tell scientists when to operate, because if they operate that all day long, they get sick. So some of the pips from the stables have expired. I only have 2 of 3 there, so I left this door open so few of the critters are able to get out. So let's wrangle this one, wrangle another one. I'll keep this door open until I have repopulated all the pips that expired. Now 4. Wow! Haven't been looking here in a while. All the hatches in one of the stables has expired. And there's 7 in this one. It's funny that they all expired in one, and none of them have expired in the other. And it may have just been an age thing, because I populate these ones first. That's probably all it is. I'm going to get some of the next hatches that grow up. I'm going to start putting them in here instead of turning them into meat. So luckily, I'm growing some water weed. So this little bit of pause in the meat production shouldn't affect me too much. Let's go look in this asteroid. Looks like the dupes are putting the finishing touches on the enclosed telescope. There's the automation. There was going to be the automation. There, thank you, miner. So I'm going to get this to run roughly 10. We'll try. See if we can get away with 15% of the day. Have scientists looking up the stars. What I'm looking for and hoping to find is an oily asteroid. Maybe this will be it. Maybe it'll be over here. And to get to it, I may have to kind of do a relay type of thing from the homeworld to get to there. But that is, we have to find out what it is first, or where it is. with that, scientist is looking over there. I can start the process of loading. Oh, Pug Slug has been born. I want to put some of my materials. I'll start with gold amalgam. We'll want some cobalt ore. Let's see, we want... Oh, it's the seeds. We definitely want some of those Buddy Buddy seeds. Give me those. And I think it's in cultivative soil. Yeah, clay. Let's bring some clay on board. Let's go back to the asteroid, see if I can remember if there's any other things. Algae. Algae's the other one. Definitely would be useful to have that in the rocket. 1 kilogram. No. We want as much as we possibly can. In fact, maybe I'll even build a second bin for this. Alright. Oh, someone's singing. What was, algae. Is that agriculture? No, that's organic. Organic algae. Perfect. So the rocket will start to be loaded up with some materials. Other things, I may want to leave certain materials here, such as sand. So I want to do filtration. I'm thinking of doing this. I'm thinking when this rocket leaves, scientists will be flying it, going back to the homeworld, but I might leave Miner here to keep exploring. I've actually been digging down in this area to get some metal ore. So I got more aluminum ore, gold amalgam, and cobalt. Excellent. And the nice thing here is I have a little bit of oxalite, just makes it easier to explore this area. So I can get a little bit of oxygen for my dupe. Get some more thimbleweed seeds. I definitely want to pull one of these. Actually, I might get... Oh, I already have some seeds. Excellent. Well, just before I forget then, I'm going to go on the rocket. Thimbleweed seed is one of the other things that I would like to bring, so let me tell my dupes to start loading that as well. Copy the setting and put the same thing in that bin. Miners collecting resources, loading it into the rocket, and I think that's going to do for this episode. Set up a good base here. Let's have a look. Notice I have a mess hall here after all. This pedestal doesn't count, at least not when you're displaying a cobalt, or I don't know if there's anything that actually would count as higher. I may just need to have an actual decoration item built. Do I not have a research for that? If I do, let's put that here. I'm going to need someone, I think. Do I need someone with artist skills to actually carve this? We'll find out. That will be in the next episode, because it's just too cold for that particular plant to actually grow and create a great hall. But it's not going to matter too much because I still have a nature reserve, barracks, and these skills. The dupes don't have a lot of skills right now, so that's not it's not too bad. Oh, I think the way it is, he's going to build it, no one will be able to carve it without an art skill. So growing some thimbleweed seed here, growing some food for this world. Got a pump for polluted water and regular water. I have some power generation from pug slugs and solar panel. I even have an enclosed telescope looking for that oily world. And I'm even digging further down. Gonna get some gold amalgam, along with some more cobalt ore that I can take back to the homeworld, and lots of coal. Let's just do a general health check. Lots of oxygen here. Simple power system that's meeting the needs for the time being. Temperature a little cool at the top of this base, but I can, apart from the fact I can't get a great haul. Actually, maybe what I do is what temperature do I need that to be? 10. Yeah, I'll just push the great hall into here and move the plant at this location. Because yeah, I need someone who has art skills to build that. Okay, that I'll do in the next episode. Let's go over to the other asteroid, do a quick check. Oxygen is looking good in the main part of the base. Still lots of hydrogen. No real change to the power networks. Getting a little bit warm. And I'm going to have to think about that. The dupes are looking for something to do, so maybe I'll pause it so I don't waste their idle time. Let's just check that the water lines are operating. I got the polluted water and the water line filled up. Currently draining this water out, so I've turned this on. That's going to nearly back up these. Maybe I'll turn that back off. So stop the water exiting. Now I can enable this. Just let that drain out. What I might want to do is have a liquid reservoir. Of course, I need more metal for that. Future days problem. Let's just check for disease in this homeworld. We're looking good. Plants. I've got these growing. That's producing good amount of food. And let's just check that I didn't squash all the main rooms. This is still the Great Hall. Alright, in the next episode, I'm going to go back and send this rocket over here to bring some of the resources and use those in the homeworld and hopefully find the oily asteroid because I want to generate some plastic. Thanks for watching and see you in a future episode.